I'm Deborah, CEO and co-founder of Sparrow, the first high-tech, high-touch, end-to-end leave management solution to help employers care for their people during major life events. Sparrow ensures compliance with federal, state, and local leave laws while delivering a stress-free experience for human resources, payroll, managers, and employees. Leave management found me when I was a PhD student at Harvard studying artificial intelligence. There was this one 6-month period where 6 of my close friends took leave from work. They took parental leaves, caregiving leaves, medical leaves. All of them struggled with the process, the paperwork, the deadlines, and the timing. Ultimately, they made mistakes that caused them to be paid improperly and need to spend a lot of extra hours with their HR teams. I started looking into how HR teams manage leave, and I found that in many ways, employee leave is even more painful for HR than it is for the employee. HR teams need to manage federal, state, and local compliance, pay adjustments, manager communication, all while balancing that with creating a great employee experience. And it's only becoming more difficult to maintain that experience and compliance. In recent years, there are constantly new federal, state, and even county regulations related to leave. Sparrow makes it easy for employers to care for their people by managing the entire employee leave process from end to end, combining service and technology. Our technology provides customized leave planning, like TurboTax for leave paperwork. We file all associated state short-term disability, paid family leave, and private insurance paperwork. We also provide compliance, tracking, and reporting customized for your team. And we manage all of the associated payroll adjustments and reconciliations, incorporating private insurance, state payments, sick payment, and more. That said, we understand that every employee leave is unique. So we provide dedicated support from our world-class team of leave experts, saving our customers' HR, payroll, and compliance teams 10 to 20 hours per leave. Today, Sparrow is nearly 100 people, serving hundreds of caring companies like Headspace, Lattice, and Figma. We've raised $20 million in funding, and we touch hundreds of thousands of lives across the United States and Canada. This means those people, those hundreds of thousands of people, can take leave knowing that it will be stress-free with the support of the Sparrow team. We are so grateful to partner with SHRMLabs to be working with people leaders across the globe. To learn how Sparrow can start saving you and your team time, please reach out to hi@trysparrow.com. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
All right, great presentation, Deborah, and welcome to the stage. Let's get right to it, because this is obviously one of the biggest issues that HR deals with, right? So what differentiates Sparrow from the legacy leave administrators out there?
Thank you, Gareth. I'm excited to be here. And I would say the biggest thing that differentiates Sparrow from legacy leave administrators is leave is complicated. There are a lot of moving pieces, and I'd say Sparrow's priority from the very beginning has just been ensuring a phenomenal customer experience. Our high-tech, high-touch approach manages all of the associated federal, state, and local compliance. And we're very careful to balance that with employee experience as well. So we make sure that every step along the way, we're having the HR teams we're working with, the payroll teams, and the employees are all, truly excited about the experience that they're having, and managing to make these sort of stress moments that are usually stressful, and making sure that they are able to truly be stress-free. And I'd say it really shows. Since 2018, we have 99% customer retention, and we have an overall customer NPS score of 76, which of course is measured on a scale of a -100 to 100. Your average insurance-related product usually has an NPS score of around -11, and Costco has an NPS score of 78, meaning that Sparrow is almost as good as Costco, and everyone loves Costco.
Fantastic. So can you tell us a little bit about the kinds of leave that Sparrow manages, and maybe you can also talk about the types of employers that you work with?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sparrow manages all types of employee leave across the United States and Canada. So this includes things like parental leave, medical leave, caregiving leave, FMLA, military leave. If you're looking for something to track 1 to 2 sick days or a couple hours of PTO, that's usually best done with your HRIS system. But for all of these more complex extended leaves where you're thinking about compliance, Sparrow is really the best product. If you're looking for that really premium solution that integrates with your HRIS system, will track and manage the leaves and the compliance, as well as saving your team time answering questions. Sparrow is sort of the best solution for that. And then as we think about like what sorts of employers work with Sparrow, I would say, well, this is absolutely a problem that every single company has. Every single company that has employees also needs to deal with how do we provide for those employees outside of work. How do we make sure that we are providing a great experience even when the unexpected happens and they need to take time off of work. We find that the teams that are usually most excited about Sparrow and quickest to want to partner with Sparrow are those who really, really care about that employee experience and that employee retention and are a little bit more forward-thinking, thinking through how to proactively think about the employee leave experience and how to really proactively care for their employees.
Fantastic. So let's go ahead and hear directly from one of your customers. So let's bring Maurice Bell, Head of People Operations at Lattice, to the stage. Maurice, thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate the time that you're taking. And so maybe you can talk a little bit about what led you to consider an outsourced solution for leave management, because it's clearly a major issue that HR has.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So our opportunity to connect with Sparrow, I would say, like, very timely. We were at a place in our organization where we had one people operations person who happened to have a background in leave management, which was huge for us. But at that same time, we were scaling. Gosh, in that year, we almost tripled our size. And so when I joined the organization, it was clear that we needed to provide some more support. We saw the leaves starting to really trickle in, particularly because we had a leave policy that where people were leave eligible literally on day one. And so clearly that was an attractive policy for great talent that needed more immediate leave support. And so that incentive, really drew in the need to have a comprehensive leave solution. And the reality of it was, we kind of got caught on our back heels when we saw the significant growth of leaves, and we had to make decisions around, hey, we're going to focus on the administration of the leaves at the cost of the experience. And I think if anyone knows anything about our organization being really people focused and people centric, it just didn't feel on brand. And so we explored partners. There were a lot of great partners out there that really had that tech-enabled solution. But what stood out for Sparrow for us was the blended approach and model between a tech solution as well as high-touch leave specialist support. And so we've been on this journey with them for almost a year now, and it's been great.
Fantastic. And maybe you can expand a little bit on how working with Sparrow has impacted Lattice's employee experience overall.
Yeah, well, it also our partnership came in a great time too, because it was, right around the end of last year where we started leaning into the remote first hybrid model of work. And that meant we were hiring really across the nation. And I think if everyone knows about leaves, like the complexity behind it, not only is there the administrative burden just for one particular state, but you got to know the nuances for each state. And we weren't resourced effectively to be able to manage that. And it was seamlessly working with Sparrow. They stepped right in. They had their kind of army of leave knowledge behind the support specialists that we work with. Felt very confident. And more so too, I think understanding where we were in our journey and as a startup and building out our people team, I think Sparrow has done a really great job, not only just executing on our policy, but also being a partner and consulting us and saying, hey, you may want to revisit, this particular piece of your leave policy. Here's what we know about what other customers are doing or some of the benchmark data that we have available. Hey, here's a thing where, great in practice, but it can potentially create these unintended consequences in terms of how you administer it. You might want to adjust that. And so not only supporting us with the administration, but actually improving our leave policy and program overall through their expertise.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Maurice, for being a part of this event and for those insights that you provided to the audience. We greatly appreciate it. All right.
Awesome.
Excellent. So Deborah, how can the audience get in touch out there with you and the Sparrow team? How can they find out more?
Thank you. Great question, Guillermo. To learn more about Sparrow, you can go to our website at trysparrow.com, and we have a lot more information there. You can also sign up for a demo there, but probably one of the easiest ways would be reaching out to us, just hi@trysparrow.com, and letting us know that you found us through the SHRM event. We're always excited to speak with more SHRM members, and we'd love to get to know each of you better.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for being here, Deborah.